You got no, I said it's peaking a little too much. You got two here. Now we're gonna go to a different type of experimentation here. We're gonna try to create a piano melody without having to use like a keyboard here. A lot of people don't like just making it on the laptop, and I know a couple of people that are like, oh, I need a keyboard because I want to be able to play chords better or play melodies better. Like, yeah, it definitely helps, but I think that what we can do is experiment using just drag and drop techniques, using Fruity Loops, or able to like any type of a MIDI, you know, VST. We can create something really cool without having to actually go out and invest in material and equipment. But without further ado, let's go ahead and just crack into Fruity Loops here. What we're going to do, I already decided, we're going to use FL keys because I think FL keys sounds pretty bitter and untasteful. And what we can do is go ahead and create a bad melody, or excuse me, create a melody that it might sound pretty good using personally what I think is a bad sounding software plugin. And now it's great in its respect, like it's a great plugin, although I just think that there's a lot better pianos, and I think a lot of people can agree a lot better pianos out there. So we're going to use this. It's very harsh, it's very like the frequencies are a little bit strange on it, but you know, shout out to Fruity Loops for giving us a piano in the first place. So what we can do here is we're going to use A minor just because people who are unaware with a little bit of music theory or scales or things like that, everyone can get around A minor because A minor is the scale of the scaleless. I'll always go ahead and alright, I already know we're going to use the first, fifth, and the seventh with that kind of, I think it's powerful. It's a very powerful note, very powerful chord, triad, I mean. And let's go ahead and just pop it open. We'll stick at the 130 because it's fine. And using that chord, the first, fifth, and seventh, let's go ahead and create a melody around that chord. So what I like to do is this is what I like to introduce maybe to someone who thinks that building a melody is beyond just having a keyboard here. So I'm just going to use the keyboard from here on out, and probably not even using it just because I know what the notes kind of sound like. So let's go ahead and just create a melody just by dragging and dropping here. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to create bass notes that the melody is going to keep coming back to. And this is going to be very sporadic, original melody. So it's going to be very uncompositional, if that makes sense. Hip-hop is a lot about sampling and repetition. So what I think is something that is cool because it's like repetitional is we can create kind of wild sounding piano melodies, and within those just have those kind of become accustomed to the listener while using other instruments to create that familiarity. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use an offbeat syncopation kind of technique here. So we're going to do like okay. That's going to be like the bass. Let's go ahead and go a little bit lower. When I go lower, I always like to drop the velocity a little bit. Hopefully that comes up. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and just try to find notes here. No, dummy. Alright, let's get the high notes. This is where I think it becomes a little gross. So it kind of sounds just like sporadic and random. Like that's not really music. And you're right, it's not music. But what we can do is go ahead and create something that starts to sound like music. And what we're going to do now is go ahead and introduce longer notes in order to bring in the idea of continuation. So we'll go ahead and just use our mostly our room. Make it a little harder. Drag this out a little bit. And then some lower notes. Maybe something a little bit rhythmy. So something like. And then let's go ahead and pan out everything. Bass or notes, we'll just work our way up here. Oops. I also nodded my sniper button there. So let's go ahead and just create something that's really like full in the ears by creating moving notes. FL Studio, now like less and less plugins that I'm aware of are using panning. I'm pretty sure this is panning properly. I'm gonna keep those, actually hold on. And like some people, I've not that I've talked to, but I've heard beats where people like to pan like way left and right, and I think that's good for maybe like ambient noises, like maybe like a shaker or like or a clav or something like that. But like not for melodies. I think it's very like kind of drills a hole in the ear, as one beat maker I know. That's I haven't said that in a while, or had anyone say that in a while. That's from an old friend. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, yeah, it sounds like shit, and I'm aware that it sounds like shit. What we're going to go ahead and just do is go ahead and open this up in something else that uses panning. I know I'm pretty sure Massive uses panning. I would love to use Mr. Tramp or something like that, but I don't think they would support, or like Electric 88 Stereo. And although it's called Stereo, it doesn't support the fruity panning, I'm pretty sure. So we'll go ahead and just open up, I think Orchestral does. I don't want y'all to get jealous of Orchestral. Fuck it. Get jealous of Orchestral. This is one of the most, the greatest flawed VSTs that I think has ever come out. It's just got a great, like one of the biggest things about this VST is it's got a ton of instruments on it. You can't really find that anymore unless you torrent it. So if you need it, go ahead and torrent it. You know, if we become friends, maybe I'll let you use it or something like that. But I like to keep this on lock because it's kind of like one of my secret weapons. it's kind of old. What we're gonna do here with what I really like about Eterel is what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna fuck with the character. So using the character, bring down to like a -7 and then do like a delay here. I know I'm talking fast, and I get excited about using orchestral whenever I can. I don't get to use it all the time, but so here's something. Now we're gonna make it sound. I think it's gonna sound better now. I think too much character loss. And it's not perfect, but the idea is there. And maybe with some things like we can make this sound great by cheating, which is easy. I'm not big on cheating, and by cheating, this is what I mean by cheating, is just pulling up the free delay too. And there's some tail reverb too, on top of the reverb they already have. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and just play the other direction with the character real quick. See, that sounds cool. What we can do here is, so there's so many things we can do here. Hold up. I'm gonna pull out the Blue Cat phaser stereo. Go ahead and EQ it with the reverb. Doesn't really matter. And I'm just gonna play around for a second here with the Alchemist drum kit. That's fine for me. And we'll just do something really, really simple. The drum pattern, just to like show you guys that I think it works. It's on 1. Ouch. Sure, whatever. You get the idea, right? I don't have time to play around with this one. I gotta edit this quick, and then I gotta run to my vehicle inspection. But hopefully this was helpful. I know it kind of drags out. Like, I'm not great at celerity yet with teaching people things, but that's why I'm doing these videos in general, is because I want to get better at teaching and like talking as well. Like, I kind of hate my voice sometimes, and I would like to not hate my voice. Like, that would be a great thing to do. Obviously in like a joking way, like I don't get upset, like, oh, my voice is fucking terrible, like things like anything like that. Like, hey, whatever. Comment, like, subscribe if you want to. Hit me up personally. I'm always on talk. I'm low cat, I'm low key, I'm always easy to reach. And besides that, enjoy the rest of your day.